All righty. Hi there, Jamil. How are you? Sue Welton
Hi.
here. Welcome to our
Hello.
Giving Tuesday. Thanks for coming out with us today. We've had such a beautiful lineup of our women, and we just feel like, you heard from Kim a little earlier. She had Spring on. Actually, she was one of your models with us.
Yes, yes.
You and Spring were in our fashion show, but
Amy and Spring went to school together.
oh, get out. Really? I missed that. Oh, I
Yes.
love that. That's so good. Well, we just feel like it, we want our community to hear from you. They hear from us a lot, right? And
Yeah.
we want them to hear from the women that we serve. And Jamil, you've been in our program for about 2.5 years. You were from Penn Medicine. That's the hospital network that you entered Unite for Her through. You are one of our women living with metastatic disease and just thriving and doing so well. But there's a balance, right? There's a big
Yeah.
balance. So I would love for you to share because you really you had a lot. You had a lot going on, and
Yeah.
you entered to help you continue to balance quite a bit.
hmm Well, I honestly believe I'm like the poster child for Unite for Her's metastatic passport
No.
because when I was first diagnosed, my husband is a two-time cancer survivor. And when I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, I'm the one who's the primary breadwinner. I'm working full time. I didn't really have any time to kind of roll the dice. I still had to take care of my family. And luckily, being treated at Penn, I learned about Unite for Her right away. And I remember it was only a couple months after I started chemotherapy when I learned about Unite for Her and went to the first metastatic, well, I think it was a full group for the Wellness Day, and learned about what integrative therapies that I can incorporate in my life just to make this journey easier. And I remember prior to taking advantage of acupuncture and massage and learning about nutrition and what things were inflammatory and what I should better eat with chemotherapy, it was just night and day. When I first started chemo, I really felt that I was beaten with a bat every day and
Yeah.
still trying to get up and go to work. And I did it, but it was just so much easier once I started incorporating the integrative therapies. And it was such a blessing because, those treatments are not cheap. If I didn't have the benefit of Unite for Her, I would easily be spending maybe $200 or $250 a week in order to sustain myself and it was just so important for just reinforcing my energy. I was able to keep up with my rambunctious kids. I was able to go to work every day, continue on chemotherapy. And you want to stay on the chemo as long as possible in order to reach that response, in order to do what it has to do. And when I was first diagnosed, the breast cancer had spread all over my body, except for my brain and my spine. But being able to stay on chemotherapy for 1 year, I was able to reach no evidence of disease. And
Oh,
so that,
good.
yes. So that acupuncture, the massage, all those side effects, the nausea, the
Yeah.
gastro issues, pain, joint pain, um, all of that, my fatigue was helped with the nutrition that I learned and the integrative therapies. And so since then, it was only a couple months after I was diagnosed that I've been connected with Unite for Her, and you guys have sustained me up until now. And I use everything. So, I mean, I attend all the exhale events. I learn something new all the time. Even the sexual intimacy tips and webinars, I've learned about how to deal with those side effects because I was under the age of 40 when I was diagnosed, I got catapulted into menopause with hot flashes and all those side effects. I didn't know what was going on. And so I get to learn all that from you guys. And it helps me navigate through this whole deal better. And so my family benefits from it. I learned how to eat better, better nutrition. And Penn even says they think the reason why I'm doing so well is because of everything combined. So not just the treatments, but the nutrition and the exercise and all of that comes into play. You guys even explained how to stay away from certain products because they could have certain parabens in them. They could be estrogenic. I definitely have incorporated that in my life too. And you guys have just made it easy. You have like a database where I can look up things and know where to purchase certain products from. And it has been amazing. So it's bad to have metastatic breast cancer. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But I feel that having you guys support me and my family just makes it something that, having that support just makes it that much easier to live with this every day. And
Yeah.
so everything, I take advantage of the food and the vegetables and
We have a couple new
everything.
put your way, right? We had a
Yes, I just made the salmon tacos last night. Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. Oh, it just makes it right, like easier and manageable. And I'm so grateful you brought that up because that's our goal for you. We have
Yeah.
about 300 women in our program living with metastatic disease. So our goal is to make sure that you do well on treatment and that integrative comprehensive programming, you really you did a beautiful overview of everything that we offer because it is this whole it's
Yeah.
not magic bullet, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to figure out what works for you, Jamil,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to be different than me or anyone else in that program because your body is different, right? And you
Yeah.
learned how to understand and navigate what works best for you. So
Mm-hmm.
I am so glad we were able to be there for you. Yeah.
I love you guys. Thank you. I was sending you guys pictures. Remember when I first started?
I remember you do a lot, Jamil. I have to share with our community. Like you are, talk about a poster girl. You are a dynamic poster girl. I opened up one magazine and I saw you in there, and you were modeling, and you looked beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh, what is the name? Wildfire?
Yeah.
Wildfire?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was
Thank
over the
you.
summer, but I feel like I see you, and I heard you say that. You're like, yeah, as much as I can get out there, be a
Yeah.
voice, it helps you, it helps your kids,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I mean, just imagine already going through cancer with my husband, right? Going
Yeah.
through that whole ordeal and then me getting my diagnosis. I'm just, what? I just couldn't imagine my kids having two parents with cancer. And then I just felt like knowing the statistics, knowing what the stats say, it makes me feel more encouraged, more hopeful to be involved as an advocate, to push for advancing research, for making sure that
Yes.
once this treatment ends, there's another one on the shelf that I can try, and make this where we can live longer with metastatic breast cancer, like HIV/AIDS or diabetes, where it's a chronic illness. And the only way that we're going to do that is with research. So we have to constantly advocate for that. And I think that the general public doesn't realize, and a lot of early stagers don't realize, that you have a 35% chance of becoming metastatic. And so if we want to stop the deaths from breast cancer, we really do have to advocate for those additional treatments and advancing research.
Yeah, I've seen you in that space and I'm grateful for it. I remember you sending me an email one time. It was summer, right? You're like, Sue, we have a whole doctor panel coming on board.
Yeah, yeah.
And I asked if I wanted to jump in. I'm like, I totally want to jump in. I wanted to learn more and what are the barriers and the obstacles, especially
Mhm.
in the Black community. And we are
Yes.
all about that. We want to make sure that, we are there 100% and noticing what we have to do better. So
And I
our
really appreciate that about Unite for Her,
oh,
because you guys, like I said, who has cancer is already does a number on your finances. Who
yeah,
has $200 to $500 to spend per week,
yeah, per
you
week.
know?
I know.
And I mean, but
Or
it is
cover
it
it.
is
Sometimes
just that
we
much
can,
more.
but yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it makes such an impact on your quality of life
Totally. I mean, look
dealing
at
with
you.
treatments.
You're like glowing. Janelle, you are
All these
glowing.
organic products. Thanks, Sue.
Well, thank you. Thank you for spending time with me. I'm going to unpin you here. So we'll be together side by side. But, today's a big day for a lot of us in the
Yeah.
nonprofit space, right? And we just want to make sure that we can treat as many women and men, we
Yeah.
are treating men now as possible. And it's all about how much funding we can raise. And now with COVID and the pandemic, I mean, you've
Yeah.
seen this now, Jamil, like we have no barriers anymore because we
Yeah.
moved everything to this platform. We're delivering
Mhm.
it right to their home. So we can go anywhere, but we want to
Yeah.
make sure we're not missing anyone in this area first, right?
Yeah.
Philadelphia, New Jersey, Delaware. So thank you for joining me. Love spending time with you. It's just we miss our women. We miss seeing
Yeah.
them. We miss putting our arms around you. So I appreciate your time today. I'm sure you had to take a little time off from work, and I appreciate that. And you put and you put your Unite for Her shirt on. Is that a 5K shirt you got on
Yes,
there?
it is. I was so proud. My kids were with me that day. And I was able to complete the 5K the morning after chemo.
Oh my gosh, Jamil,
Yep.
keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for having our backs.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
You're so welcome. We appreciate you too. You inspire us every day. You
Oh,
bet.
thank you.
So thank you. All right, everyone, enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy listening to our women as much as we do. That you are our why, and it's why we get up every day and do what we do and work so hard to make sure that we can get to as many women and men as possible. Thank you, Jamil.
Yay. Thank you.
All righty,
All right,
bye-bye.
talk to you soon. Bye.